Hi, it's Richard here from Intelligent Advisor IT Consulting again with the final episode in our series about instances and relationships and entities. This one's called Iterative Inferred Instances. We're going to use a worked example from the online documentation, and the link is in the article. We've enhanced it a little bit to make it easier to present, but it revolves around this entity, which is going to be automatically inferred to tell you how many payments you need to make to pay back your loan based on a yearly or a monthly interest rate, and based on how much you'd like to pay. So that's the inferred entity. And over here in global, we have the basic data that we're going to capture, like how much you want to borrow, what the rate is, and how much you'd like to pay back. So we can calculate how long it will be before you have finished paying it back. We have a single screen to capture those three pieces of information, followed by some booleans underneath, which will be shown or hidden depending on the situation. We'll tell you how long it takes to repay based on your monthly repayments and so forth. Over on the right here, we have a custom entity container, which is going to display the repayments in an attractive format on this screen. Over in the rules, it all boils down to two relationships. The first one to create an initial zero marker, and then the next payment to iterate through all the payments until we've run out of repayments. And then we have the table which will calculate the actual amounts for each of those repayments based on the interest rate and based on the amount you borrowed. The detail of how all that's calculated is in the article, but let's take a look at the data model now. This is the key. This is the self-referential relationship, which is used to calculate the next payments, and it also includes a reverse relationship because we're going to need to look backwards and see the previous payment so that we're able to create a iterative series of instances. So let's go ahead and debug that and reset everything. I want to borrow, let's say, 10,000, and the interest rate is currently 3%, so that's what that looks like. And I'd like to pay back in installments of 245, which means that basically I'm going to need 44 months to repay the loan. So 44 instances of that entity have been inferred all the way down to 0. And that's the key. The self-referential relationship lets us unreel all the way from 10,000 back to 0. In terms of how it's displayed, we're using a custom entity container here, which is just going to provide a small scrollable box so that we can see all of the entity instances immediately on the same screen. And we're just going to loop through the members of that array, essentially, and place them in a scrollable box. We also have a custom input, which is just used to catch the on change, so that whenever the amount of money is changed, then we remember to save everything so that we can refresh the screen. So if I change the monthly repayment to 248, when I've changed it, we'll see that immediately this is changed to take that into account. This was just to allow us to show it on one screen. If you're interested in having the zip file, let me know. Otherwise, the worked example is, of course, available in the online documentation. And as I said earlier, there's a link to it. That's it for our series about entities and relationships. Here's a note from our founder.
Hi, it's Richard here from Intelligent Advisor IT Consulting. Since this is the last in a series of about 8 or 9 different videos on the subject of entities and relationships, I just wanted to say thank you to all of those people who've been reading them, and also to invite you, if you have any ideas for other functional or even technical videos that you'd like to see on our website, get in touch using the contact form on the website, or alternatively reach out to us on LinkedIn. We'd only be happy to help. Have a good one. Bye-bye.